Okay, so I have decided to do 1 through 6 just because you guys should know the answer key. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work a little quicker. I could rearrange these and do it by order of degree. So for example, this polynomial here is a positive 4th degree polynomial, a quartic, but I'm not going to rearrange them. What I'm going to do is I could underline these guys. So this guy would get one underline, this guy would get another. That 7n to the 4 would get another, and then so on and so forth. And I could keep doing that. Alright, but you can notice here in the multiple choice that 13n over 4 is clearly the answer. And you can add that up. You're going to get 12, and then minus a negative would be a positive n to the 4th. So one of the things that you should probably do, actually, to safeguard a mistake, is when you're subtracting a polynomial, especially one that's out of order, you want to make an addition, because then you can move things. Okay, if everything was addition, I can just move it anywhere that I want and pair it up with whatever I wanted. But when you see subtraction, that makes it a little bit more difficult. So one of the things you can do is make this addition, okay, but then you're going to change every sign that you see on the inside of here. Okay, so now that's a negative 2n squared, that's a negative 3n squared, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the ones that actually, you can see the tail here of the polynomial. Those guys are the ones that are a little different. So I'm going to check out, let's see which one. So here's a 6. Alright, so I have a 6 plus 1. And then I have a minus 2. So that's a 7 minus 2, which is 5. So it can't be those guys. And the next one I'm looking at n squared, because these two are identical, so why bother with that? So I'm going to look at n squared. Negative 3. Now this is an n squared, but I only care about the coefficients. So n squared plus a negative 2, and then n squared is plus a negative 3. Okay, so that totals up to negative 8. So that's negative 8, and so of the two remaining, a has got to be the one. Alright, same thing with this guy here. We're going to use the same strategy. Which ones are different here? Yeah, it looks like the tails. Okay, let's see. So we got, I don't have any subtraction here in between polynomials. So I have a minus 4, and a plus 8. That ends up being 0. Alright, so that means then that b and e are not a possibility because I have a negative 7 here at the tail. Now the next one is an 11x and a 6x. So let's see about the x's. I got 5x here. I've got minus 5x, that goes to 0, and then a plus 6x. So it looks like, I'm sorry. So, yes, that's 0 and that's plus 6. So then it looks like the only one to have plus 6x is actually D. So that's your answer. Alright, so factoring these guys, I'm going to just use the FOIL method. If you feel like doing a box method, I don't care. Okay, but one of the things that you'll find is that this is actually these guys, they're both the same, except one is positive and one is negative. So there's actually a shortcut to this. The middle terms cancel out. So this is too small of a polynomial for that. So I will go 25x squared. That's that one. Then this guy is plus 5x. This guy would be minus 5x, alright, so they canceled out. And then that would be a minus 1. So it looks like these guys go, so my final answer is C. Here, same thing, they're identical, except subtraction, addition. So I can quickly see the middle terms are going to cancel out. So I'm going to get a v squared minus 36. Okay, it's got to be D. Alright, now why? Because, again, you're going to get a 6v and then a minus 6v. Those guys are going to cancel out. Okay, so hopefully you can spot these before. So these should be very quick, almost instant. Okay, especially if you're going to move on in more advanced mathematics. Now here's where it gets a little bit annoying. Alright, now I'm only going to put one of these guys on because one, it can be kind of challenging, and it's good because it kind of teaches you how to be careful. Okay. So I am going to do the box method with this, just because this is quite large, because I got a trinomial multiplied to a binomial. So it might look kind of a little sloppy here. It's going to run into this other problem. That's okay. We got 18n to the third We're going to have 36n to the second minus 30n. This guy will be 24n to the second. Notice the like terms. Now, you're going to stop here, right? Because if you look over here, I only see 18n to the third power. Everything else to the third power is different. Alright, nothing's going to cancel out because there's no other n to the third power here. Okay? Now, I could keep going, and just remember that these usually end up being like terms, usually, but not all the time. Negative 40. Alright, but just to verify, we do have an 18n to the third and a negative 40, so therefore right here and right here, that's the option you want to go with. That's A. Okay? But notice here, you would get 60n squared. Okay, so we got 60. And 4n plus negative 30. I put 4n, no, it's 48n. 48n would give us a positive 18. Alright, I was going too fast. Okay, same thing, but now this is a 3 by 3. So I am going to have to spread this out. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to stop ahead of the game so I don't have to do the whole thing. Alright? You want to be able to do that. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to go to the very end. Now something like the SAT, sometimes you have to go to the very end. Alright, and they're going to throw you a curveball. Okay. So what we can do is we can see here we got 42x to the fourth. Alright, and do we see that we already have our answer? Yes. Alright, we do. But let's verify the others. Here we're going to get 42x to the third, 6x to the second. Wait, I did not. That's a negative 7. Okay, so negative 42. Plus negative. Okay, so negative 42. This guy will be a negative 14x to the third. This guy will be a positive 84x to the second. This guy will be a 49x to the second. This guy will be a negative 49x. This guy will be a negative 2x. And this guy will be a 7. Alright, now you can kind of see verified here. 42x to the fourth plus 7. That's exactly what you got. So you know what? So maybe during the test, you just want to do these two. Alright, and see what you got. Chances are you're probably going to be able to use the process of elimination. So we know our answer is actually B. Okay, but just to check, negative 14 plus negative 42, that is negative 56. Okay, so we do have negative 56. This should add up to 69. This would be a negative 51x, and then there's our 7. Okay, so that's B. Alright, now this guy here, we already did. So that's 1 through 6. I'm going to stop it right here.